articulate this very well because it needs to be very clearly and concisely understood. This is Las Cruces, New Mexico. Okay. This is a place where Earl, the son of Ralph and Mary, second coming of Ralph, okay, was born by many documents to fulfill the book of Revelation, redeem the Gospels, and redeem the Messiah and the prophets and the apostles, okay. To take fantasy and obliterate the fantasy and restore the reality of real faith, okay, in people that believe in the Lord and have faith in God. Okay. And you got to understand the linguistics. The linguistics are very important. Okay. That people can, the meaning of words, it has to be very important. It has to be understood. Okay. You're left or right. If you don't say, if it's left and you go right, you could end up dying. All right. So you got to listen and pay attention and do exactly what's, understand what's being going on. Now, to maintain our lives, given to us by an infinite essence, which there's no other possible source of containment, in an eternal existence on this planet through these physical bodies and replication of these physical bodies through sexual reproduction through one another, okay? Now, there are certain life forms that can produce without sexual reproduction, but they don't they can't articulate to you the meaning of the word God. They can't protect their environment from their own survival instincts. Okay, do you understand? Okay. So it's very important, okay, especially in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Okay. If you know who I am or know of me, if you work in the military and you privately watch these and no one says you watch them, and you don't even have to talk about them, you just have to think about them, and the thoughts in your fucked up head can affect your children or your grandchildren. I'd be walking to check the mail and have children say, you look out, here comes the crazy guy, right? From the only man that these people know of in the history of their lifetime and on the face of this planet that will stand up, that went into Fort Huachuca, stood up without fear, went through horrible abuse his whole life to redeem the Gospels, because Jesus told him when he was a kid he was going to do it, to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, so we can all live it and not waver from that faith, from those commands, from the perfection and the excellence of humility of faith of those commands, right? All right. So you can do things, okay, but you have your right to your own opinion. It was opinion that gave us the Holocaust. It was opinion that gave us Middle Passage, the Long Walk, and the Trail of Tears. Okay, it's opinion, okay, that gives us rape and murder and lawsuits and popularity contests over money, so assholes can say they have power. Okay. Now, it's obviously a mistranslation when you're looking at the Lord's Prayer, when you talk about thine is the power and glory and all that, man, it gets mistranslated because they turned God and Lord into synonymous possessive pronoun, egomaniac, first person possessive pronoun, egotistical perspective. You cannot trap the glory of God in the mind. Blaise Pascal, if you have trouble reading him and understanding him, you don't have to worry about that. I've already explained it to you in layman's terms for how long? It's a rhetorical question. It's been for a long time. For those of you who lack the capacity to pay attention or comprehend the most simplistic of compassionate conversations, right? And so, there's not a person on the planet right now that is as strong or as intelligent as me, okay? And they knew that by studying me, okay? I have the physical attributes to kill just about anybody I need to kill that attempts to try to physically kill me, okay? And because I don't do wrong things and I adhere to public accepted rules of engagement, okay, I will behave in a way that is socially acceptable, okay? Because I have to show people I'm capable of following the rules that other people say they accept and they follow, but then stand firm on what is right and correct them with what is right, which is my deed, my faith, my language, my words, my actions, right? Was a very difficult thing to do that Jesus asked me to do as a child. But the thing about it is he knew, I was already going to do it before I was born. Like the people at Fort Huachuca said, that one guy, you poor bastards, you're going to be you, whether you wanted to be you or not. So there is no free will. It's like, yeah, there is. Life is eternal, grace is infinite. And I'm like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. So the soul that provides this life to this body already submitted to faith in God before my little body named Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. was born. Okay? You, the soul that you trap in the egomania mind of yours, rejected the glory of God before you were born. So you were born in hell and you stay there. You may never enter the kingdom of heaven because it's entirely tangible with these genocidal operations that they set up, that the guy that told me that in Fort Huachuca could be exterminated by drones and robotics technology, and everybody that is sexually capable of reproduction that is similar to him. Yeah, that's how intense and disgusting these genome sequencing genocidal operations are. Instead of give people the Lord's Prayer and share it and promote it with all your being, it's like, no, just make it available and let them choose if they want to do it or not. Okay, so that's what I used to tell these people in Sierra Vista. So I was like, so you take the 12-year-old, after he's done raping his sister, you say, good job, and give him the car keys and tell him, go down, here's a gun, and go down and steal some more beer from the convenience store and shoot this deputy sheriff if he tries to stop you. Okay? What are you talking about? The same thing you're talking about. Okay? It's wrong. Okay? So you have to be responsible for what you teach your children. And you have to be responsible for them before they are capable of being responsible for themselves and for others, right? So live the Lord's Prayer. Okay. What's the difference if you vote in a popularity contest over money, okay, that people will get dressed up in uniforms and take guns from corporations and murder other people in rival corporations? What's the difference between being a 12-year-old that rapes his sister, his dad gives him the gun and says, go down to the 7-Eleven and steal more beer. If they try to stop you, shoot them and shoot the deputies and then get back here at the beer. After that, you have another go at your sister. Well, she can't stop you. We cavemen got to stay alive. We fight for everything we got. We're animals. We worked hard for this, right? It's gross, isn't it? Okay, so why aren't you living the Lord's Prayer? Why aren't you acknowledging Ralph and Mary's little boy that's 58-year-old man now and saying, that's the guy like King David? Okay. My family and my neighbors, it's either they're uncomfortable around me, he's embarrassing, he might say something crazy. Okay. People that don't know me, like in Mexico, the people that came up from Sonora, okay, and the little kids, that's mami, papa, está Jesus. It's, no, me llamo Rafael. Okay. Mom and dad named me Ralph Earl. It says, and the parents would, no, in the Bible it says he's. And everybody thought I was the Archangel Raphael. And for a while there, I was led to believe I was too. But no, that's my father. Okay. It apparently, through the stories, I never read them, the Archangel Raphael, like Michael, okay, he's not the Messiah. He tries, and he does everything he can, but the one who does it is Earl the Lord, second coming of Ralph and Mary. Okay. The one born in the belly of the dragon, and my mom was murdered by the people that did that to keep dissension in the family. And she was distinguished by her cries at that hospital that night. Okay. And her son that was born that night protects all the people that are Spanish speakers from all the people that are English speakers that are using science projects to mass murder them. Okay. And, it's in the book. I read parts of it and everybody, and they explained it to me. I was like, wow, that is so comic booky, so it's better than a Stephen King novel. Yeah, because there's a faithful person that the story's about, and he's a real person, and he's not Will Smith and somebody's imagination fighting vaccine vampires, right? With a dog that doesn't die. Well, I don't know if that dog's dead by now, but probably so. That movie was made before we got Zeke. So, yeah, I'm a Legend. Yeah, so that dog's probably passed away too, unless somebody paid $50,000. They'd still passed away. They'd just be living with a zombie if they got it cloned for $50,000, right? Hey, look, it's your zombie dog. Technically, yes, it is. Okay, you're not letting nature take its course. You're not letting a mommy dog and a daddy dog get together and make baby dogs, right? You're making you're basically being Dr. Frankenstein and taking tissue, okay, Mary Shelley here, taking tissue from the dying dog and replicating that dog and containing the spirit of that dog in a similar physical structure. Okay? Do you understand Mary Shelley's Frankenstein better now? See how important that is? And it's happening. And it's happening with human beings. They cloned that sheep Dolly back in 1996, y'all. It was on Matlock the other night. Okay? And if you really think, okay, that human beings have had the capacity to clone a sheep since 1996, that they're not cloning human beings and not cloning themselves, if they're rich power brokers and nobody can keep this country safe like I can. Nobody can run this country like I can. No one as intelligent as I can. I'm the one who puts the right president into office. I'm the one who makes sure that our market is the best market. I'm the one who makes sure that we have the best minds doing the best things. Okay? If you don't think those assholes have been cloning themselves since before 1996, you are so fucking dumb. You believe money's real, and you believe in the cartoons given to you by the Vatican store, the Latter-day Saints store, and you believe that Dave Miscavige and L. Ron Hubbard are capable of being as good of human beings as myself. And that, you're not naive, you're just stupid. Because you become as evil as the evil people that keep you stupid because you like it. You think our ball club won the pennant? Do you think they stand a chance? And tell me, friend, how in the world are things really changing like the newspaper and the internet say? What else is new, my friend? Besides, well, there go the Lobos for another touchdown. They're taking it to those officers from Colorado Springs tonight. I'm not too unhappy. I've always been, the Lobos are always, FBS football, Lobos are number 2 on my radar. There's Aggies, Lobos, Miners, Cats, Devils. But I went to ASU, but we lived in Tucson before I went to ASU. I went to ASU because I lived in the valley of the toxic, poisonous, noxious Riverside, and threw up in Arizona. You know, if I lived in Tucson, I wanted to go to NAU, but I couldn't get the economic means to do so. If I was given a choice to go to school at a college in Arizona, it would be in Flagstaff. I mean, hello, McBurger, McFly. Okay, let's load this one up. I'm gonna go shoot hoops and soak in the garage. Shoot hoops in the rec hall and then soak. All right, man. Don't hang in there. Get your act together because this is happening and technology's collecting all the evidence. It's not like the bookstores anymore.